Hi there, namaste. Welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. First and foremost, I'd like to thank each and every one of you so much for being here and remind you, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out so very much, and I'm eternally grateful for you. And I love what I do and the opportunity to channel messages for you guys. So, with that being said, today we are channeling a message to you from Vega. As you know, this is a very, very special collective, and as we prepare for your reading, please take a deep inhale, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open energy channel. As you exhale, allow yourself to come into clear knowing which group or groups has a message in it for you today. We have group number 1 on the left with the blue Tektite crystal. Group number 2 in the center with the 2 Moldavite crystals. And group number 3 on the right with this raw meteorite. As always, I would like to thank you so very much for being here. The timestamps are listed below in the description box, as well as all the rest of my information about purchasing my Follow Your Heart Oracle deck, my books, contacting me, my social media, all of that great stuff, personals, Reiki, etc. As always, thank you so very much for being here. I love you unconditionally and always, and I will see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your channeled message from Vega. Thank you so very much for being here. You selected the first group with the blue Tektite crystal. Vega would like to allow you to understand a way in which your energy channels are shifting or coming into greater awareness. As you know, you receive all of your blessings and miracles in this life from the divine, not from you or your own efforts, not from those around you, not from what is justified, but from divine energy. And wherever these things come from, they are manifest through, or divine energy manifests through these things, these portals. And so, Vega first and foremost would like to ask you to remind yourself where you are directing your energy. Is it to people? Is it to places? Is it towards goals and aspirations? Or is it to the divine? If you give to the divine and you receive from the divine, there is nothing to worry about balancing, for you are inherently tapped in with love, and all exists through equanimity, neutrality, space, and gratitude. Vega would like, first and foremost, to thank you for being here specifically, for they are aware that there was something that perhaps put this off or made it a bit less than convenient for you to show up today for this transmission. And they're aware of the fact that you belong here, and they're also aware of the fact that you are honoring divine energy and yourself by being here today. So they would like to thank you. The first card, the card you selected, is Befriend Your Ego. This is your sense of self. This is your solar plexus chakra. Now, this is a green card indicating the heart chakra. And the first message that you received from Vega group number 1 was to remind yourself that not only is divine energy manifested through you, you are the divine. So is all that you come into contact with. So see yourself and all that is around you through the same perspective. It is important. In fact, it is an inevitable part of the ascension and expansion journey in order to raise your vibration to that such as Vega or Lyra. You are aware that there are many people or energies or situations that are flocking toward you right now with little to no explanation as to why they feel drawn towards you, and little to no explanation as to who they truly are, or little understanding about where they truly come from as an individual. You will notice that as you befriend your ego, you mind less the misconceptions of those around you. And you will also notice that those who have not befriended their own ego will find what they think provides accolade, and they will present that to you as a characteristic of themselves. Most of the time, this is not true, but it holds a vibration that they are attempting to grow into, and that should be treated as such. This is a positive thing, and it is beautiful. However, you are aware of misconceptions, misconstruences, and false allegiances that are presenting themselves as high vibrational and loving, but are not. You have a few of these energies around you, but you no longer feel inclined to cooperate with them. This is also the divine. As we know, there is no separation between the divine and anything that exists. So, with that being the case, do not thwart a part of yourself and merely follow your own internal guidance. Do not do things for others, do things for the divine. Receive from the divine and give to the divine. This is a loop that is unbreakable. It has never not existed. You are only opening up to it. And anything that led you towards this energy is the path of awakening, enlightenment, and ascension. This you are aware of. This you have completed. So, as you ground, and you have full awareness and attention and consciousness in your human vessel, you're aware of why you are where you are, why you remember each and every place you have been and are going, and simultaneously, why you feel called to befriend certain energies and release others. Energies that are stagnant are not welcome in your life, for they are not stagnant, they are only elusive. And this is a conscious choice of the divine as well. This is why sometimes you must separate yourself from people, places, things, situations, surroundings, and other times you feel magnetized, like you must go do certain things, you must be around certain people. This is the divine reorganizing itself through you. And this is where you receive your blessings. All that you do, devote it to the divine. This is all you've been doing anyway, but that perspective switch will do everything you have been seeking for. Very simply. Vega is glad that you've connected with them today, and they would like to remind you that not only is it okay to speak up, but it is safe and it is encouraged. There is a reason for you being who and what you are, and it is no less than divine. You have pure clarity as you have finished a lot of cycles that people come to this earth to navigate over the course of several lifetimes. You are outside of this collective and energy. Therefore, it is more easily understood by you as to who you are, why you are here, who you have been, and you pass your lessons with flying colors. Again, because your foundation lies with the divine. Therefore, you receive from the divine. That is the only illusion of lack and abundance that you, Group 1, have experienced throughout your life. And we have 2 of Swords at the back of the deck. They're asking me to cut the deck. We have the 8 of Swords. What are you deciding? They're saying, I will see. Okay. Let's channel. You have the... Let me to go this way. You have the Fool with the 9 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles. You are taking accountability and also allocating your resources at this time. You may feel called to put some money aside, put some resources aside, save some food, make some preparations for what might feel to be a large event. There's a reason why you feel as though you are not seeing the path ahead, although you are very much aware of what it is. In this card, the Fool, or in this situation, the Little Prince, he is closing his eyes before jumping into a snake and swords. This is significant for you. You are aware that there's a new beginning that is offered for you, and that you have already made the choice to walk down this path. Now, if the Little Prince was thinking about whether or not he wanted to take the chance of landing on a sword, go back to where he came, or do this for the divine and offer it up to them, what would be the easiest way for him to move forward? Of course, the third option. You have made the choice to devote or redevote yourself to the divine in some way, you will notice that this comes manifest as a particular person, situation, opportunity, or energy in your life. Some of you, you know exactly what this is. Others of you, you feel the energy. You have bits and pieces in visions, in clairaudience, and experiences, in vibration, but you are not fully aware of what this will look like. Others of you are well aware, and that presents you with your Eight of Swords energy. Vega would like to speak to you, group number 1, about all that you have built up until this point, and your devotion to the divine that has led you here. You will be receiving a large and quite miraculous gift from the divine. This is why you are being called to take allocation of what you have. Some of you might be looking into liquidating your resources. Others of you might be looking towards minimizing or up-leveling certain things or items in your life. Some of you may be releasing old things that do not serve you, that have old energy attachments to them. And others of you might be finding things that you have sought for a long time and perhaps misplaced and knew that you had them. But when you find them, it is in the correct moment. There is a reason for this, so that you can clearly see what you had, what you have, what you perceive, what you are telling yourself, and your relationship with the energy attached to this, before and after this devotion to the divine and grand miracle. Vega would like to emphasize, group 1, that they do not use the term miracle lightly, as everything is equally possible. It is merely one's own energy, perception, and karma that says otherwise. However, this too is intentional of the divine. Therefore, nothing is impossible, nothing is difficult, everything is easy, and an individual perception of what that means is intentional in order to lead one to the divine. Separateness is an illusion, and Vega is not only aware of this, but they are also aware that you have been moving through this energy for quite a long time as well. Your energy transmissions are very accurate, they're very helpful, they're very precise, and there's a reason why they are being sent to you. You are about to have your eyes opened to what this is from an external source. As you are aware, the divine is what gives you gifts, not people, not situations, and not your own efforts. Although, you can look at one thing and not call it the divine, or you can look at the divine and see how it manifests through your own efforts, through other people, through other situations. This is the clarification that we wish to send you home with today. Vega is aware that they are being sought after right now by quite a few energies around your collective, and a lot are having a difficult time pinpointing this energy, as they have not sought it wholeheartedly, and they are using an energy as an accolade rather than what genuinely resonates with where they are authentically in the present moment. Because of this, group 1, you are here. Because of this, group 1, you are the one we are sending messages to and through today. Please continue to write down the downloads and transmissions that we have been sending you, and do know that we welcome you with open arms at any moment. It is very easy for one to call a spade, but why does it need to be swords? Why does it need to be air? Why is it so difficult to call the divine the divine? Why is it so difficult to call love love? This is not the case for you, group 1, which again is why we are here with you today. We ask that you stand in your power, because you are aware that this is not detrimental. You are aware that you are not meant to dissolve your sense of self, that it is the divine that has gifted you with this. You are also aware, group number 1, that who you are is few and far between. There are no others like you, which is why you are here manifest. You are aware of the elusivity of the realm that you are perceptively walking in, and you are also aware of the elusivity of you not being where you've always been, before and after you tap into this realm. This is why you have eternal and unlimited access to everywhere you've been, everything you've seen, and all that you've witnessed and experienced. You, Group 1, do remember all of your lives, and because of this, you have larger access to the divine. Some of you are aware of what the Akashic Records are. Others of you are aware that that is merely a third-dimensional term, and that the Akashic Records are actually quite a small thing. There is a lot deeper than this. You either do or will soon understand what we are speaking about. For those of you that do, this is why you are here. For those of you that are yet unaware, explore them more deeply. We challenge you to find their outer layers. We challenge you to find the beginning and the end, and the page differentials in this Rolodex of the Akashic Records, in this infinite library. But everything that exists perceptively in your realm must have a beginning and end. Vega would like to remind you, Group Number 1, that you are a divine manifest, and you are aware of this, but you are also aware that those around you are also divine manifest, but are not perhaps always aware of it. There is a difference between wearing something as an accolade or a badge of honor without it resonating, versus it resonating and being shy, not speaking on it, because with this energy, inevitably comes humbleness. This is why you are being called to stand in your power. This is why you are being called to speak up. This is why you, whether you recognize it or not, or whether you recognize the gravity or not, remove distance and illusion between the separateness of one energy and the divine. Every time you step foot somewhere, every time you draw attention to any energy, every time you say hello to a neighbor, anytime you post on your Instagram, these trivial and very physical things that hold little to no mind to your whole divine being work wonders. Even that which you think goes unseen does not. We are not only speaking about the divine. The divine is aware of who you are, and the divine is aware of what you are meant to do, what your plans are, and what you have to offer. The divine has been guiding you for a long time, and this is why you are seen divinely. As much as you wish to hide yourself is as much as you will be hidden from those that you wish to connect with. While the body may state something different, or the mind might repeat something differently, you are very much aware of truth, and because of this, faith in what you will receive in response from this must come from faith of receiving from the divine, not from individual particles of divine experiencing itself. There is a reason that in your message, Group 1, we are using the term divine instead of God, source, etc. Hopefully you are aware of this by now. The Vega Collective is aware of your purity of heart. They are also aware of the trials and tribulations you have needed to walk through in order to maintain, sustain, and strengthen this purity of heart. Yes, you are a lighthouse. Yes, you needed to build yourself. However, again, this was the divine. Anything that you experience that manifests as a struggle, offer it up. Anything that you receive that is a blessing, offer it up. Anytime you have difficulty facing a task, or a person, or a situation, offer it up. There's a lot more to this than dogma, religion, or the label of God or source. You see beyond the veil of illusion, even that which is quantumly unfathomable. The energies that are perceived as infallible, are inevitably infallible because of this perception. Tap into space, tap into divine, and know that you are being presented with an opportunity, a decision, and a miracle in the very, very near future. Offer it up. This will allow you to take that leap of faith. This will allow you to have more confidence in the path ahead. This will allow you to fully receive, enjoy, and embody this miracle, and bestow the same onto others, i.e., the divine gifting the divine with the divine. And finally, you are being called to tidy up, to take note, to count things, to save things, to release and swap out different other things. This is merely a formality, such as the tarot cards are on the table. You understand this. But you, at this moment, enjoy being tasked with something to do. Explore this, and again, offer it up. Messages, please, to group number 1 from Vega. Today I'm using the Tarot of the Little Prince and my Follow Your Heart Oracle deck. If you want me to pull only one from the top here, expect the unexpected. Vega would like for you, of course, to expect the unexpected. And as we mentioned before, why are some easily able to call a spade, but not able to call gratitude gratitude? Why are others unable to call the divine the divine? Allow yourself to call your miracle a miracle. Offer up any energies in between. See what happens. We're going to see what it is you're learning. I'm going to ask Vega, please, to guide me to a page in my book, A Comprehensive Guide to Astrology, and I will read to you the paragraph that they deem necessary for you. Okay. They want me to show you the hemispheres and the life stages, as well as the planets and gestation. This can help you with your manifestation process. So, the hemisphere, the 4 quadrants, the ascendant relates to your childhood, your midheaven relates to your youth, your descendant relates to middle age, and the hypogee relates to old age. This is an old version of my book. I'm aware there are a couple typos on this page specifically, but thus is. And for planets and gestation, your manifestation process. As we know, there are 9 gestation months, as like the empress or a mother gives birth. And on the 10th month, supposedly, this is when birth occurs. Every month, the first month is ruled by Venus, supported by Saturn, and is cold. The second month is ruled by Mars, supported by Jupiter, and the attribute is spirit. The third month is ruled by Jupiter, supported by Mars. Attribute is blood. The fourth month is ruled by the sun, also supported by the sun, and the attribute is soul versus spirit. They are not the same. The fifth month is ruled by Saturn, supported by Venus, and the attribute is sex. The sixth month is the moon, supported by Mercury. Attribute is the tongue. The 8th month is the ascendant, childhood, supported by Saturn. The attribute is death. The 9th month is ruled by the moon, supported by Jupiter, and ruled by the attribute of life. And finally, the 10th month is ruled by the sun, supported also by the sun, and the attribute is birth. Notice that the 10th month and the 4th month are parallel, but none of the others are. Take a look at this. the parental energies, the divine mother and father, grand duality, the bones, marrow, fat, flesh, blood, the tofu and potatoes, as I'll call it, versus manifestation. The two must resonate, the two must balance, there must be more. And so when you look at your process and you break it into 10 physical stages, as we know, 11th and 12th house, these are spiritual energies of completion, to connect with the divine, to the moon, to Mercury, memory, sense of self, self-awareness, senses, form, formation, creation energy. Versus when we look at the completion of a cycle in the physical realm, Saturnian. I would like for you to take a look at these energies. Vega would like to remind you to call a miracle, to call the divine, and to release attachment to anything that seems not to count or to be unfair. Again, offer it up and make the decision to allow the divine to gift you a miracle. This may seem like the obvious answer, but when faced with this energy, this Two of Swords, do not overthink, do not overspeak, do not overanalyze. Receive, offer it up, take the leap. All is intentional. The less separateness that you maintain between yourself and divine, the more you will be able to manifest, the more you will be able to understand, the higher success rate you will have, the more gratitude you will hold in your heart, and the more happy surprises and miracles you'll be able to sustain, maintain, and collect throughout your life. So group number 1, befriend your ego. Offer all energies up to the divine, and know that you are meant to receive from and give to the divine. This will be a perfectly balanced energy. And allow yourself to understand why everything has been placed, where and how it was. For the dust to settle, don't ground it, offer it up. For there is always more than what meets the eye. That is all I have for you, group number 1. That was your channeled message from Vega. I hope that this helped shed love, light, and clarity on your situation and brought you some spiritual awareness. I'm sending you lots of love, and I hope that you have a beautiful and amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. Namaste. Hi there, group 2. Namaste, and thank you so much for being here today. Today I am channeling a message to you from Vega, and you selected the second group with these 2 Moldavite chips. These are so gorgeous. And we'll take a look at your card. I left them flipped over today since I added the crystals. You selected you're working too hard. Look at that, group 2. Okay. No. Vega has asked for me to use my Hakini Mudra today to help transmit their energy a little more clearly. Vega would like to draw attention to the amount that you give versus the amount that you receive. You may also have messages in group number 1. However, for you, group 2, there are some things that you're able to see clearly through, and you understand the reasoning for them as well. However, when you draw yourself back down into the physical realm, you look at everything particle by particle, experience by experience, sometimes you feel as though you need to do the most in order to walk through this and give yourself extra insurance. However, you are already spiritually aware that this is not necessary, it is not required of you, and it will do little other than utilize your time and energy, which is your right. However, Vega would like to see you enjoy yourself more. You're very, very connected to light, very, very connected to the ether, and very, very connected with your crystalline body. This feels like the energy of a light worker or an earth angel, somebody who uses a lot of light in their practice, a lot of crystalline or diamond energy or crystal light in their energy work process or in their aura. Group number 2, Vega would like to speak to you about the difference between Vega and Lyra, similarly to the difference between Maldek and Tiamat. Those that are from Vega are in the Lyran system. It does not make them the original Lyrans, but it does make them part of the Lyra collective, just as you and your dog or your plant or your cat are part of the Earth collective. But you are not all humans. Vega is a subset of Lyran energy. All Lyrans are not from Vega, but all of those from Vega. I'm trying not to say vegans because it sounds like vegans. I'm trying to keep it clear. Sorry, let me transmit again. But those who are coming from Vega are from the Lyra system. There's a misunderstanding here, such as the energy of Tiamat holds within it the energy of Maldek, but all of Tiamat is not Maldek. But the other way around is true, such as Earth exists within the being of Gaia, and all that have access to Earth have access to Gaia, but Gaia is larger than just Earth. This similarity will help you to understand the way that you are experiencing your life when you are working too hard. For example, the clarity that you feel when you zoom out versus the way that it applies itself when you zoom in. For example, when you have a spiritual awakening, this will oftentimes allow you to see through old frameworks so that you can release them and sift this new higher vibrational energy through your other chakras in order to draw this energy down, so that you have the tactical understanding. You're able to express it concisely. You're able to feel it genuinely, give and receive, be grateful for this understanding. Through this foundation point, you're then able to have confidence in this. Experience emotional responses, reactions, and pleasure that are appropriate for this energy, and ground this energy into the earth, feeling safe, comfortable, secure, and at home with this new energy. So just as when you expand or you have an awakening, you open up and you bring this back down, you allow this to not only sift through old frameworks, but actually open them up. With your working too hard, there are energies that you are trying to do your best to find a better solution, to find the better, faster, clearer path. Vega would like for you to know that not only are you already on this path, but you are on this path and you are doing the most. In fact, you would be a lot less tired if you called yourself to rest for a bit, put yourself down for a moment, allowed yourself to work from the ground up, because you already have all of the clarity that you could possibly ever need and use. At this point, you are bestowing it upon others and making sure that you are tidying up the details. You are reaffirming things that you already know time and time and time and time again, much as a teacher teaches the same lesson plan year after year after year, merely to new groups of students, shifting in different ways, so that every group of students learns in a way that is best, hopefully, for that collective group. You are not here on Earth for this reason, although that it is something that you have been gifted with the ability to do. There is a reason for this, and you also have the clarity here as well. But, nonetheless, you are working too hard. You might resonate with being a Lyran starseed or a starseed from Vega, and you are being called to remind yourself of the difference between the two. Just as a square is a rectangle is not a square. Same goes for many things that you'll see on this earth. Two things can be the same, but still have their differences. And you are being called to just utilize this awareness moving forward in situations that you are approaching right now. You will notice a desire to rest, to ground yourself, perhaps spend time in nature, draw your energy down your legs, stretch your hips, energies like this. You're noticing an activation, decompression, and a large thump. They're showing me dropping something like gravity. Free falling. There is an energy. Oh, okay. Thank you. You have a clear channel. You have a clear and open channel. And so whenever you channel something, you transmit an energy, you seek an energy, and you draw it into the earth, you are such a beautiful seeder of energy that, yes, you are working too hard trying to say, this piece goes over here and this piece goes over here, and how can I make some art out of this, and what can I do in this way, and how is this going to organize itself? Vega would like to show you free falling. These energies free fall right through your body, through your vessel. And so because of this, you're being called to take better care of, literally, your legs, your feet, your hips, your lumbar spine, your shoulders. Take better care of, yes, your physical body, of your skin, those grounded pieces of you, the skin, your organ that is the barrier between you and the outside world, your internal and external world. Yes, physiologically, but also literally. Your body, your legs, the part of you that receives the gravity, that holds the denser part of the energy, as when you magnetize two energies together, if you have a positive and negative polarity, they magnetize. But when you try to pull them apart, there's a little bit of resistance. This is what you feel. This is what you're being called to tend to, lovingly nurturing. Allow the energies that free fall to free fall. But because of that, you are trying to pull things apart, that you are trying to hold two pieces of a magnet apart, and you are using extra energy to do so. When you can either rip them off like a band-aid, thus is your incarnation here, or you can let them be connected and allow the energies to free fall here. You are creating a new unit of energy that is the connective point between the two. As one magnetizes this way, the other magnetizes together. There's the energy of you, and there's the energy of what you are connected with, the earth, your collective. And this is creating yet another unit. So you're being called to notice the fact that, yes, you can create your life. Yes, you are meant to do what you're meant to do. Yes, you can have things that you do and activities and enjoy your life, but you're being called to be aware of your presence here inevitably creating something, an imprint of these energies being connected. So don't utilize your energy to pull them apart. Don't utilize your energy to try to pull energy out of one side of the polarization, and distribute it equally. You're being called not to do that. While it is important that you are being who you are called to be, doing what you're called to do, there are ways in which when you zoom out all the way, you see very simply, very easily, how you are able to manifest all of your life path by doing a lot less. And you are doing the most trying to get to that point, when in reality, you are taking a clear channel and choosing to put stuff in between it, or taking the energy that is culminating itself and distributing it externally. This is okay, this is natural. This was also an intentional part of your life path, but Vega would like for you to know that it is time now for you to not ascend or expand, but to release, to fully ground. You may have noticed that your spiritual journey has been manifesting a lot more in the physical realms lately. You may have been noticing things such as tightness in your calves, or a need to release your hips. You might be noticing more dexterity in your toes, or the need to feel that. You might be noticing differences in your skin, in your hair, in your teeth, in your nails. This is intentional. This in and of itself is a manifestation of the divine. Your body is earth to Gaia. It is Maldek to Tiamat. It is Vega to Lyra. But you hold within you Lyra, Gaia, Tiamat, divine energy. Please take this as more than an analogy, and allow yourself to create by being, as opposed to creating by doing. You have already done more than your fair share of work and effort and action, which is why, when the brakes are being pulled, it may feel unnatural, when in fact, this is the most natural and synchronistic thing that you can do. They're also showing me dolphins and whales. Sound healing can be significant. Vega is known for its starseeds being highly clairaudient. They're also known for sound healing, for vibrations through crystalline auditory sensations, subliminals that are, well, that we pick up on, but we can't necessarily physically hear with our ears, but we can feel vibrationally, but they are of sound waves. So there are energies like this, echolocation. There is a reason, for example, why the beluga has an extra bump on its head, and it utilizes echolocation. The shape is intentional. So is your shape intentional. Keep this in mind. There are energies that have been working alongside and with you and through you for a long time, and you have been so focused on what you can give, what you can do, that you have not seen fully what has been gifted to you. You have been grateful for what's been gifted to you, but you have been working so hard that you have not yet looked to see what it is that you have accumulated, the foundation that you have built, what it is that is building up beneath the surface. They're showing me an analogy. I'm hearing the song first of all. What is it? It's a 21 Pilot song. She asked me, son, when I grow old, would you buy me a house of gold? House of Gold. So that song is coming out. But they're showing me somebody who is digging. Say that you are looking for gems, and you find one, and you put it in a pile, and you find another one, and you put it in a pile, and you're continually focusing on taking the gems and brushing them beside you, but you don't look back to see the pile that you've already created. There's something about this with your spiritual energies that Vega would like to draw attention to. There's a bounty of spirit within you, and you are doing so much with it. But you might be noticing that you are receiving the message consecutively, consistently, that perhaps you are receiving your blessings and giving them to others. Perhaps you are receiving your blessings, or you're having a hard time receiving. Or you feel like you are doing so much and you have a hard time resting or relaxing or just receiving something. Maybe when you feel that you get a little bit of extra something, you must give it away. You have such a bounty because you are subconsciously, subliminally aware of the fact that there is so much that you already have, that you have so much to offer, that when you receive something new, it is already an overflow, it is an abundance. You are in an abundant mindset and telling yourself otherwise, which is why you are giving all that you can. Vega would like to commend you for this, but also let you know that this part of your journey, this chapter, is coming to a close. They would like you to sift back out, expand and open back up again to that vision of your life that you have that releases the action while manifesting your life path. You've been doing the side that requires you to do the most, and you're going to be stepping into the side that asks the least of you. Allow yourself to fall back through ease, through comfort. Be aware that this is justified, and be aware that everything is as it should be. Your success is inevitable and has already occurred. Be aware of the fact that you too are the one in charge of your life. You are a co-creator. There are so many energies that free fall through you of the divine, and you allow the divine to manifest through you every single day. You are a co-creator. You get to utilize the energy that you've accumulated. You get to co-create. You don't just need to be your spiritual self all of the time. Because the most grounded that you could ever possibly be could never negate those parts of you because of the quantity of your bounty that you already have within you. What you're looking at here is working so much, giving so much, doing so much, taking care of others so much, when you haven't realized the ways that you've taken care of yourself, the ways that you can take care of yourself, the way your day could look, the way your life could look, and you already know, and you've been working towards it. You've accumulated much of the effort, much of the tasks, much of the work towards one section of your life. Meaning that there's less to do moving forward. You only have a certain amount of tasks that are allotted for you to do. But that does not affect the amount of time that you have. Keep this in mind. Vega would like for you to know that yes, you are where you're meant to be. You haven't done anything wrong. You have just been doing a lot. This was intentional for you, and subconsciously you chose to do this so that you could take it easy, so that you could enjoy your life in peace, so that you could give and then fall back and enjoy, knowing that all has been good. They're drawing me to the Christian creation story, where God took 7 days, created light and dark and earth and the oceans and the skies and the beings and everything, and on the 7th day, after giving, after doing, after making, after working, then he rested. And he said it was good, and falls back and watches his creations do as they do. There's an energy like this that they are drawing a likeness to in synchronicity with your life. I'm also hearing the phrase Anunnaki, so I will leave that there. Okay, messages please to group number 2 from Vega. Vega feels very protective over you, group number 2. Vega feels as though you are their family member, their ancestor, or their descendant. Vega has a lot of respect for you. They're also very proud of you. There's a lot of... Look at the Magician, the only card that flew this way. I'll take it. Vega has been, they're saying, executing some of their mission through you, and for this they are grateful. And they would like to help you gift yourself autonomy, your life. Moving through what you love, not just moving through love. Moving through what you love. For you're only a human. They're saying you're only a human once. You're only here now. You might be familiar with the book by Ram Dass, Be Here Now. If not, you might be interested in checking it out. What do you desire to create? You have the 2 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. Shift these over. Vega would like for you to allow things to get better for you. Now, it's easier said than done. They are also aware of this in this realm, but they're also aware that you have already your vision of what things are going to look like. But there is a need to prepare, to constantly be in a state of preparation. You're being called to release yourself from this. And I'm hearing, of course, prepare ye the way of the Lord. Palm Sunday, I believe that is from. Or an allusion to illusion. Now, you are being called to allow yourself to unwind, literally. Some of you might be used to charging your chakras to the right, adding. You're being called to unwind them, open them up, take up more space. Allow yourself to release, to relax. Allow the energies that are free-falling to sink into the earth, to fall, to hit. Not only to be caught courteously, because it is taking so much energy for you to catch every single energy that comes down instead of just allowing it to ground. There's a reason that you've been doing this, and this has a lot to do with what you're going to leave behind once you are no longer here. But what about while you are? Vega would like for you to take a gentle look at some of the things that have gone not in your favor recently, the way that you would have painted the picture through this ideology. They would like for you to ask yourself, from a higher perspective, why would you allow that to occur for you? Not to you, but for you. What do you think the intention is? Sometimes you need to allow yourself to relax, receive. Maybe it took something off of your plate. Maybe it showed you some people's true colors. Maybe it allowed you to re-explore an avenue that you dare not go down because it was for you, not for someone else. You are being called to continue to leave behind your legacy, but make sure that it is yours as well. Make sure that you live on top of all that you leave behind. They're showing me Vincent van Gogh. He was very overlooked in his lifetime. He was made fun of a lot. He was in a psychological institution for a long time. He did not get to enjoy his life, but the parts that he did, the parts of his life that he did enjoy, the art that he made, that is what made him famous after his time. That is what is appreciated from him, the parts of his life that he chose to enjoy, when he found joy, when he found gratitude, when he was focused on himself. All that he did for others washed away, but in his memory alone lies what he did for himself. You have left behind enough action, enough work, enough legacy, enough of a trail for generations to come. This is why you seek something that feels like it cannot be found in your time. This is also why you are here ahead of your time, but you must also enjoy being in your time. Do not pay attention to the illusion of time at this time. Pay no mind to the hours of the day. Let yourself fall out of time and see what you choose to do. Look at two segments, day and night. Do not look at the hours. You are coming into balance, and in order to do this, you must hit the brakes, you must pull back, you must unwind, literally. And so, this is what you will be called to do. Pay extra attention, again, to your legs at this time. Vega would like to ask the task of you to release, unwind, and receive. This is not only beneficial for you, but beneficial for them, and they would like to say specifically to you, group number 2, thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for all that you've done. You have left behind already more of a legacy than your human brain can possibly fathom, but spiritually, you're aware. And that's exactly why you've done all that you've done. But do not mistake this energy for human necessity. Look back at all that you've built and allow yourself to unwind. Allow yourself to receive. Vega has a gift for you, and it's something that has already dipped its toe into your life. This will lead you to happiness and require nothing of you. That is your challenge. This is the Tarot of the Little Prince that I've been using. I will be using my Follow Your Heart Oracle deck. Want me to pull one card from the bottom? Cleanse your energy. Yes. Take a look at all that you do. They're recommending the Eisenhower Matrix to you. Take a look at the tasks in your life and look at what is urgent versus what is not urgent. What is important and what's not important. And take a look at this in all aspects of your life. Cleanse out as much as you can. Cleanse your energy, cleanse your aura, cleanse your life. Simplify. It is time for you to start minimizing, to start simplifying, to start creating ease in your life. You are worthy of it. You deserve it. You've done enough. You are enough. You have enough. I'd like for me to pull one more from the bottom. Signals from Sirius. Okay. Vega is asking you to check out my messages that I've channeled from Sirius B. If I remember, I will link the video below. If not, you'll be able to find it on my channel under my Past Life and Starseed messages playlist. Vega and Sirius are different, but in a sense they are vibrational cousins. Allow yourself to look at Sirius, your physical body, the shape of your body and why it is such. There is a lot more to it than you think. There is a reason why you have, they're saying paw pads. There is a reason why you have 2 legs and 2 arms and 1 head. There is a reason why you specifically are shaped the way that you are, all the way down to your very unique fingerprint. Unwind, relax, receive, and pay attention to where you are tight, where you are holding your energy, and again, allow your free-falling energies to ground through you. You don't need to catch everything and give it away. You can do less. You can enjoy more. Let yourself fall back and receive. You will notice that you have an easier time experiencing what you wish to experience on a timeline that is more compatible for you as a human. I'm going to pull just one paragraph from my book, A Comprehensive Guide to Astrology, to see what messages from Vega they'll have for you here, and see what it is that you are learning or what you can learn or look into. Okay. They want to show you the planets and the colors. Each planet has ruling colors, and each chakra also has a ruling color and planet. So perhaps look at your astrological chart and look at your chakras and see what your tendencies may be or what you aspire for. The root chakra is connected to Earth and the color red. Sacral chakra is connected to Jupiter and the color orange. Solar plexus chakra is connected with Mars and the color yellow. Heart chakra is connected with Saturn and the color green. Throat chakra is connected with Mercury and the color blue. Pineal chakra is connected with Venus and the color indigo. Your crown chakra is connected with Neptune and the color violet, and the spiritual realms, i.e. your soul star chakra and higher, are ruled by Uranus and the colors silver and white. Vega would like to, well, when I tapped in with the last one, the spiritual realms ruled by Uranus and silver and white, I felt very strongly the energy of Vega. Their silver and white, sparkly, crystalline light there. So allow that to come through your energy channels. Take a look at Uranus, Aquarius, the 11th house, but primarily the planet Uranus in your chart. Perhaps finding a picture of Uranus and meditating on it, or if that planet has significance to you in any way. The number 11. At this time, if you see 11, you are connecting with Vega, or they have a message for you. Allow yourself to expand in a way that is comfortable for your body, in a way that is comfortable for your life. Know that you are enough, you've done enough, you've had enough, and that things are just as connected as you've always known they are, but that you don't need to do so much to convince everybody else of that. Sometimes your path is your own. And number 11, Uranus, Aquarian energy, just in and of itself says, your humanitarian nature is beautiful and does not go unnoticed, but it's equally important to balance out your own unique individual sense of self, which is inevitably humanitarian, but it's okay for you to fall back and receive. You're working too hard. It's okay for you to cleanse. It's okay for you to release things out of your life, tasks. Whether these are spiritual or physical, for others, you don't need to do as much. And it's okay for you to enjoy your life now. You've closed out this chapter, and you now get to enjoy your life here with your feet on the ground in the material realm. Vega is saying congratulations for something that you're feeling that you have not yet experienced or expressed. And they're saying thank you one last time. Okay, group 2. I hope that this helped shed love, light, and clarity on your situation. I'd like to thank you so very much for being here, as well as I would like to thank Vega for channeling this message through me for you specifically. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out so much more than you know, and it would mean the absolute world to me if you subscribe to my channel, as it helps me keep doing what I love. And I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. I'll see you next time, and namaste. Hi there, group 3. Namaste, and thank you so very much for being here today. Today we're taking a look at a channeled message to you from Vega. You selected the third group with this beautiful raw meteorite. I got this in Baker, California, and this meteorite is actually from Brazil. I don't know why I felt called to share that with you, but I did. And the card that you selected for group number 3 is Feet on the Earth. Now look at this. As I was preparing, I was doing a meditation before your pile, and Vega showed me 2 things: a wheel moving and a mirror. And they were showing me something that is seemingly one-sided is actually full circle, and how the energy was mirroring. And of course, you selected the meteorite and you got the Feet on the Earth card. And this is very, I think, synchronistic with what they were just showing me. Because, oh wow, my neighbor is wearing a sweater that says your wish is granted. Okay. There is something here where you are seeing either one side of an equation and are being encouraged to know that it is mirrored, or you are seeing both sides of the equation and are disseminating the difference between 2 things. Either way, something is moving forward here. There is a big change that is activating in your life that is grounding, and you are being called to use new tools and old tools accordingly in order to take the steps that you deem fit. Group 3, Vega would like to let you know that you are about to experience a stroke of luck, and that it's important that you are physically present and mentally present as this occurs, because this is going to be a material gift, a gift of the physical realm. With this meteorite, this is saying that there's something that is almost, I'm hearing breaking even, but they're showing me a meteorite falling, like a meteor shower, a meteorite breaking off of it and falling onto the earth. And they're showing me this, like there's something that at the right time, in the right moment, is just going to fall seemingly out of nowhere, from out of the ether, into your lap or right in front of your face. And this is going to be something that is turning in your favor. And there's something here about knowing that all of everything balances out in the grand scheme of things. Knowing that everything is the way that it's supposed to be, and that yin and yang, the only difference between them is that they are experiencing each other, because in reality they are one and the same thing. This is why you find each within the other, because there is no difference between the two. Now, with Feet on the Earth, you are being called to ground yourself in nature, and Vega would like to remind you that they're saying it's okay for you to cry. It's okay for you to enjoy your life. It's okay for you to rest. It's okay for you to want. That's something they really want to emphasize, that it's okay for you to want. When you are in an elusive material realm, there is the illusion of things being finite. There is birth, there is death, there is having something and not having something, lack and abundance. There are all of these different illusions of yin and yang. So of course it's natural for one to want, because what you crave is infinite, when you're being given the perception of what is finite. Now, of course, group number 3, you are aware that everything is infinite, and for this reason, Vega has seen you want not, have not. They have seen you be grounded in a very minimal way. They have seen you receive breadcrumbs and be very grateful for them. Vega has seen you experience minimalism, the bare minimum, has seen you be grateful for lessons and for difficulties, because you are aware that this brings triumph of light. The yang is the yin, and the yin is the yang, and this is the first lesson that you've learned. So Vega has watched you be mature and grateful and ethereal and infinite, regardless of the finite structure in front of you, for such a very long time now. There's a white butterfly flying outside my window. And this is why Vega would like to let you know that some of the things in this finite realm, elusively, will be granted upon you. You're going to be experiencing in the very near future some manifestations of things that you grew out of wanting because it was not spiritual or infinite or divine enough. And Vega would like to remind you that as a part of the universe, you also have the responsibility of receiving from the universe, not just being it and giving back to it. With your feet on the earth, you're being called to fully embrace the physical world around you, the material world, and allow yourself to indulge in things that you want or that you wanted, because there is something around you where in your energy field you are aware that everything is fleeting. Everything that seems to be finite is infinite, and everything that you perceivingly have must leave. Everything that comes goes. There is an energy about you, group number 3, that Vega is drawing attention to, where if there's something that you desire, you might see this as medial or overly grounded, because that draws attention to the lack of something. And this is something that is very heightened in pop culture right now. The lack versus abundance mindset manifestation is very trendy right now. And while this is good for the development of a species, it's also detrimental towards the infinite truth. The reason being, when you draw attention to lack of something, that indicates still a dualistic mindset. If there's lack, then there's abundance. And here we see for you, group number 3, that when you would like to receive something, it is because there's an illusion of lack, so you merely release the want and want for nothing. This leads you to contentness and neutrality. However, you do not live in a realm governed by neutrality. You look around and you see others living their life. You see others dressing in obscene ways. You see others screaming from the rooftops. You see them making good decisions, bad decisions, indulging, overindulging, underindulging. There is this energy here about your awareness leading you to a more responsible lifestyle. Vega would like you to know that you're going to be rewarded for this in the material realm, and your challenge here is to receive this in the material realm. They would like for you to select the mindset of knowing that what's yours has never been separate from you, as everything is in this realm. But they would also like for you to switch your perspective when it comes to when you receive something, to be detached from it, because that means, in a finite sense, that it will leave. You have experienced already the leaving of these energies, or the non-arrival of these energies. So when they show up, merely express an awareness that this is the infinite reappearing to you in the material way. This shift will help you to feel more comfortable. And do not worry, as you will be shifting environments soon, something you have been craving for a long time, but has seemingly been so inaccessible to you. There's this energy where you feel the need to be around perhaps nature, to be around those that are capable of gratitude. Perhaps you live in a place where people litter, people are belligerent, people are fighting, they're violent. People do not respect plants or animals or each other or you. This is not healthy. This is not natural. And of course, there is a reason why many are kept in boxes of overly populated places and taught very unhealthy things and told not to stray from the norm. You have awakened severely past this. In fact, you've always been awakened severely past this. And for this reason, Vega would like to let you know that it is okay to experience the material realm. You just might find yourself more comfortable around perhaps ancient cultures and civilizations, or future cultures and civilizations. An important lesson here being that Earth is Earth, but your environment does govern a lot about your life. This is something that you have been striving through and against for such a very long time, and while your environment was maintaining yang, you were maintaining yin, and vice versa. You are not here to be a balancing point or a polarization point for immature and irresponsible energies. It is not your responsibility to assume responsibility for those who are aware they should be and merely neglect this. Vega is letting you know that you will see many around you who pretend to care, who pretend to use intuition, who still use the term intuition. You will notice that there are many around you under illusions of what is allowed in the occultist realm, in a social, normative, societal, kind of still structured and false kind of way. No spell book, no manifestation technique, no ideology or religion inherently could ever give experience. And it is not your responsibility to run around cleaning up the messes of others. It is true that all paths lead home, and that is only the case if the path is being walked. Vega would like for you to be aware that things are going to be shifting in your life in a way where you might feel a bit spoiled by the universe. This is natural because you have been strong for yourself and so many others for such a very long time. You have been a shoulder to cry on. You have been something to lean on for many who you are not responsible for. You've been holding the element of space, connection to source for those who require it but will not seek it out. Because these energies are asking for you still, even in this expanded, loving, unconditional way of you, to self-sacrifice for them so that they do not need to assume responsibility for themselves. Whether this is conscious or unconscious, this is not your job, and you will no longer be assuming this role. When you feel spoiled, think back to all you've done for others. The majority of what you have done for others, what you do, is grounded and helpful and co-creative and exemplary. For sure, you are an example for those around you. However, you've been doing so much that is not in your job description, and you're aware of this too. I did just turn on my fan group 3, so that is what you're hearing. You are aware that there's a dualistic nature that is inherent to this realm, but as a being who has transcended this, you often find yourself taking the most rational approach energetically to everything around you. This helps you to have more comfortable sensations with the world around you. And this is a part of the work that you do, but this is not your job. This is why you will be blessed with an opportunity to be placed in an environment that suits you and does not require self-sacrificial energy of you, vibrationally or physically. Vega would like for you to know how strong you are, know that you are seen, and know that you deserve a lot better than what you have been settling for in all aspects of life. They would like to let you know that something that you create or have created will have a huge impact. And the impact that what led you to create this, your muse, your inspiration, is still an energy that is further down a path that is incomprehensible to others at this time because they are still staring at the path. Again, while it is true that all paths lead home, some are not walking down the path. I'm going to pull your tarot cards now. Vega would like for you to look up. This came out in my most recent channeled message from Mahavatar Babaji as well. Now, when Babaji encourages you to look up, this is encouraging you to connect with Source, to connect with God, to look at the sun, to look up at your third eye and your crown. When Vega is encouraging you to look up, group number 3, they are encouraging you to look at space, look at the stars, look at the cosmos. They're saying go home and look up from there. There's an element here of you having come down to be here, which is why your vibration feels the need to take a more responsible parental approach to this realm. They would like for you to take a moment in meditation or rest or something similar. They would like for you to go back to your core vibration and look up from there. What were the things you used to aspire to? What were the things that you used to look up to? What are the collectives you used to look up to? There's something here about the farthest reach from the environment around you is still a regression of where you were. And Vega would like you to know that they see this, they understand this, and that's why they would like for you to look up. We have the world. This chapter of your life has closed with the star. You're going to be experiencing an opportunity to experience serenity in this world. Now they're showing me, they're saying, look, we have Earth and the meteorite, and we have the world and the star. Group number 3. Without having a job or mission in this realm, if you, as your natural, authentic being, before incarnating here, came down to Earth to experience it, not to help it, not to fix it, not to teach it, but only to experience it, where would you be? What would you experience? Where would you go is what's coming up. Where would you go? What culture, what civilization, what type of geographical land formation? Would you be at a lake, at a pond? Would you be surrounded by flowers or rain? Would you run through a meadow? Would you live in a desert? Do not overcomplicate it. This planet is still here to experience. Society has been the problem. Now the people are beautiful. The animals are beautiful. The plants are beautiful. The planet is beautiful. But you deserve to experience your definition of happiness and bliss too. With the 3 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles coming out of the back of the deck, you're going to be gifted with material happiness in a way that challenges some of your previous burdens. You have been strong enough for long enough, and you have been manifesting on the behalf of others in ways that they are not even aware to ask for yet. And for you, This is still elementary. Vega is aware of who they are speaking with, and they are aware of who around you is not who they say they are, and that you are aware of this too. However, those people in and of themselves are not aware of this because they still have yet to do the work to face themselves. This is where you hear the terms, "You never stop healing." Healing is a lifelong journey. You never stop. What a sad truth that would be if it were true. You are aware that your mind creates your reality. You are aware that your words hold weight. You are aware that, yes, you can send energy to others, you can help them out. That is what you have spent your entire life dedicated to. Yet you see those around you starting to think about discovering this. You have been gifted with companionship. You have been gifted with strength. You have been gifted with those understanding that they need to follow the light. And you hold a very strong light in your community, in your environment, in your surroundings. Vega would like for you to know that you deserve to experience what you desire to experience from your earthly experience. Not just what is required of you, because you are the only one with the tool belt, with the expertise, with the memory to be able to do so. It is important that you allow yourself to let go, release, feel positive emotions, to be materially happy without settling for what you are told you are supposed to deal with. Much of these infrastructures are relatively new, and if you were to look even at your own genealogy back 3 generations, most of the belief systems and structures in play were not even thought of yet. The current norm couldn't be further from that. The status quo couldn't be further from that. You are aware of this, and you've embodied this naturally since you were born. Because this is who you are, and because you remember everywhere you've been, everyone you've been, and everything you come into contact with. You are able to see where the fog begins, where it gets thicker, and what is being attempted to be erased at this current moment in time from history. You are also noticing what is reemerging. You are very skilled in not holding bias. You are also very skilled at making sure that you remember that which is intentionally being forgotten. While it is true you have built a lot in your life, it is also true that you deserve to have something that is built for you as well. Vega will be appearing to you, Group 3, if they are not already to your side, at your side. They're going to be letting you know that they acknowledge one of your soul's deepest desires and have manifested this for you. Allow yourself to experiment with the reality that you were gifted your presence in, because you are a creator of this realm as well. There is no reason to do what you are told if it does not come from the divine or from you. That is the greatest illusion that your environment is suffering from. And that is also why you have such a difficult time receiving breadcrumbs when bread is not even a nutritionally dense substance. It would be one thing to receive bits and pieces of light. And as you do see, transmute, find, and experience gratitude and love and light through every single breadcrumb that you receive. There's a difference between needing to make light from a breadcrumb or receiving scraps because that's what you are told to do. You are not a beggar. You are a creator. You are not brainwashed. You hold ancient memory. You are not a body. You are all that is. Allow yourself to indulge. Allow yourself to not surrender to all that is around you, but surrender to what you decide. You have done so much here. You have rolled up your sleeves. You have grounded the energies you were meant to ground. You have ascended the energies you were meant to ascend. You've stepped out of the cloud. So, with your memory, as your sovereign being, you have an entire planet. Where will you go? What will you do? What do you desire? You deserve freedom, and Vega will help you find true freedom, not just what you feel you are allowed. You've been working through this for a long time. That time has now closed. Welcome to infinity. There are no rules. There is no guidebook, and only the pure of heart make it here. This is why you are who you are. This is why you are being gifted with what you are being gifted. And this is why you are being allowed and capable of manifesting and experiencing all that this planet has to offer, because you remember all that it has had to offer, and you remember all that it will have to offer. I'm going to be pulling messages to you from Vega from my Follow Your Heart Oracle deck. Today we use the Tarot of the Little Prince. Messages please to group number 3 from Vega. Vega would like for you to lighten up your throat chakra. They're saying that it's balanced and that it's open and that it's healthy and that it's beautiful. But lighten it up. Look, we have the Byosin card, the blockage, and I'm feeling a tingling sensation. There's something that has been imposed onto you or taught to you that you are still working through. It is something that is not inherently natural to you and that you do not act upon, but is still affecting your aura, even though you treat it as though it's not there. This is why you're being removed from your environment. Because putting up, you should not need to reinstill your boundaries again and again and again. You should have a safe space for expression. You'll follow your heart, stand in your power, and live in your truth. Vega would like for you to know that they hear you, they see you, and just because those who might hear you don't understand you, because those who see you don't like what they see, because those who cannot fathom true glory, true light, their true destination, does not mean anything for you at all. You have been removed from the realm of illusion, yet your feet are still on the earth. Continue living in truth and create what you desire from it. Follow your heart. Stand in your power. And know that your ability to humble yourself passionately, your ability to travel gently, making strides fearlessly, but also gently, is something that is rarely found on your planet. You have already seeded the vibrations you have been asked to seed. You have already ascended the vibrations you decided to ascend. The world is your playground. You may now treat it as such. In this endeavor, you will be supported, and you will be receiving a gift. There is a companionship that is being highlighted here that connects to you through Vega, or at the very least, this is a spot for common ground, a safe space. I'm hearing the song Somewhere Only We Know. For some of you, that is a clue. For others of you, that is a rabbit hole. For others of you, this is a confirmation of what you already know. Allow yourself to indulge. Be less strict with yourself. You do not need to be strict with yourself to make up for the sins of others. You have stepped out of the cloud of illusion. Those that decide to stay there will, and there's nothing that you can do about it. You've shown them the path, you have cleared the way, you have translated all you can, and you've done more than your fair share. Enjoy this chapter, for it's yours to create. Now, just for a smidge of bibliomancy, I'm going to be pulling what you're learning or what Vega would like for you to learn about or look into more from my book, A Comprehensive Guide to Astrology. I'll be flipping to a random page and pulling on, interesting, what they want you to look into. So we're looking at the planets and diet. So we have Sun or Leo, which is juicy and pungent. The Sun, our sense of self or solar plexus, standing in your power, as the cards you got said. The Sun traditionally rules our outward expression and sense of self. In Vedic astrology, the Sun represents the outward persona we learn to grow into. In Hellenistic or Western astrology, the Sun represents how we get close to our soul. This represents the part of us that has the most in common with our higher self. So eat juicy and pungent foods to connect with the Sun. This connects us to our own juicy center, but is also pungent, unapologetic, and fiery like the Sun. I'd also like for me to read to you the Moon and Venus. So the Moon relates with the zodiac sign of Cancer in astrology. And for this, you will want to consume sappy, oily, and salty foods. The Moon traditionally rules our femininity, intuition, and emotions, just as it does with the tides. In Eastern forms of astrology, the Moon rules our intellect, thoughts, and emotions. In Western astrology, it rules our inner self, our internal nature that we do not share with the world. All forms of alchemy and astrology indicate that the element of water rules our intuition and emotions. Therefore, eating sticky, sappy, and oily foods connects us with the energy of the Moon. Salt helps us to retain water, so eating salty foods can also strengthen our intuition and deepen our connection to and understanding of our genuine emotions. And finally, Venus, ruled by Taurus and Libra, flowering trees, and sour foods. Venus rules our morals, values, and external desires. In Eastern astrology, Venus rules our material world and connects us with our internal compass. In Western astrology, Venus rules our love language, personal relationships, and the type of material items we value. Eating parts of blossoming or flowering trees connects us with the energy of Venus. It helps us explore what we wish to blossom into. Eating foods that have not yet reached their full bloom opens up space for the attraction of our manifestations. This implies to our bodies that we have not yet reached our fullest potential. Similarly, eating sour foods connects us with Venus. It trains our reaction to the things that sting a bit. This balances our awareness of what we do and do not desire. So a little food for thought there for you, group number 3. You have been allowing yourself to strengthen your nervous system, strengthen your taste for bitterness, allowing yourself to train yourself to withstand more. Yet you have not yet still fully blossomed. You're opening up to the part of you that allows you to express fully the inner parts of your world that you do not have a safe space to express. Vega would like to provide that for you, as well as gift you with companionship. They're going to be allowing you an opportunity to live as though your rules are your own, because you have a purified heart and you know who you are. Your outward expression, your outward persona, is just as important of that as that of the earth as a being. So put your feet on the earth, connect with earth. Not necessarily what you're told to believe is occurring or what you're told to believe are the rules. You'll be given an opportunity to explore this planet. Don't do what you think you're supposed to do. Do what you desire. You are responsible enough. You are strong enough. You are truthful and honest enough. With earnesty comes reward, and you have been earnest. Now experience your reward. There's one more message here to you from Vega, group number 3. They're showing me the Magician and stand in your power. Group number 3, you are a very powerful alchemist. Some of you are aware of this. Some of you are going to be becoming aware of this. Know that you do have the ability to shift and change what occurs around you, not just what occurs within you. It is true that as within, so without, and this is an old manifestation technique. But there's more to this than meets the eye. You'll see many people arguing over, no, this is how you manifest, this is the real way to manifest, this is the true way to manifest, and there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. You are a very powerful alchemist, group number 3. You are going to have an opportunity to utilize this as an investment for yourself, to re-enjoy what you intended to enjoy while you're here, not just to use it for your surroundings. That is also why you've been placed where you have, and it's also why it's time for you to leave. Allow yourself to enjoy and to stand in your fullest power. Perhaps a powerful alchemist will be hiding in the desert, or frolicking through a meadow, or living in a far-off cave, rather than in the midst of 100,000 people who are all doing the same thing, unsure why they are doing those things to begin with. That is all we have for you, group number 3. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. Again, I'd like to thank you so very much for being here. I'd also like to thank Vega for coming through and channeling this message from me, or through me, to you specifically, Group 3. Again, I hope this helped. Please subscribe to my channel as it helps me out more than you could ever imagine. Like and comment on the video to help it find the audience that it's meant to find. And as always, I'm sending you so much love from the bottom of my heart. Thank you again for being here, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.